Well, at least the Jets got something right. Thank God. They paid Quinnen Williams 4 years, $96 million, $66 million guaranteed. That's a lot of shekels. You know, they got to do. I mean, I can't believe that nobody wants to do Hard Knocks. Someone brought a good point. If the Hard Knocks isn't good with the Jets, with Aaron Rodgers and all that stuff, it's time to disband it. I mean, it's had a good run. Maybe it is time. But I have to agree that they signed the guy they had to sign. I thought they were going to screw that one up. He cashed in. Yeah, I love that. $24 million annually, second highest for an interior defensive lineman behind only the Rams' Aaron Donald. Now, listen to this. He is the first Jets player selected in round one to sign a second contract since the disaster. Remember Mo Wickerson got that big contract and then disappeared in 2011? No Jets player selected in the first round from 2012 to 2018 had signed a second contract with the Jets. And he was the first time he was eligible for an extension. Still has 1 year, $9.59 million remaining on his rookie contract. But the new deal ensures he'll have, they got him in fold for a while. 2019 third pick in the draft out of Bama. Pro Bowl last season, career high in quarterback hits 28, tackles for loss 12, sacks 12, and pass breakups 4. In ESPN's pass rush win rate, he ranks 7th among all defensive tackles with a 15% success rate in 2022. Now you got Aaron Rodgers. Now you got the defense. You got the guy you wanted to. Dexter Lawrence got 4 years, $90 million. Darren Payne from the Giants. Darren Payne from the Commanders, 4 years, $90 million. And Titans Jeffrey Simmons, 4 year, $94. All these young guys getting paid. Lock them up. Get him in the fold. He was unhappy. He wanted the new deal. You gave him the new deal. And let's get rolling. Let's get it done. And, Lanker and I were talking yesterday about the show afterwards. Not everybody's going to agree. He said, would you take 2 Super Bowl championships and you went to a couple playoffs, but at least you had 2 Super Bowl championships and you didn't do well in the playoffs. So Dom said, I got to disagree with your buddy Lanker. Fans like experiencing meaningful games with their teams. When your team is just god-awful, there's no hope. But if you have a team that's playoff caliber, you at least feel like the team's worth investing your time and interest in. Hey, like Parcells once said, can't win the tournament unless you get into the tournament. Hey, he said, see the Heat, Lakers, and play-in games this year? Both made their conference final. Well, the Heat made the NBA finals, and the Lakers made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals. Those fan bases were through the moon. Can't tell them they didn't have successful seasons. We weren't saying about that. Okay. So Hell's a fan of the Rockets who haven't won a championship since 95. You're talking 30 years now. I'll take those Harden years over this post-Harden futility in a heartbeat. Shit, the Texans may never win, but those J.J. Watt and co-player funds were a lot of fun. I hear him drafting in worse positions, but if you're not deemed as a potential winning franchise, good luck trying to get free agents to join you. So there is, hey, listen, you're right. Dom brings up good points. A lot of people would take the 2 championships and they suck all the time. I feel that I want my team to compete every year. And I mean, I don't look at it that, so you don't win, you're in the same boat as everybody else. But you had a shot. We all want that shot to win. That's what we really want. I want that shot. I want to know that we have a realistic chance to win every year. Yankees. But now I feel like, Yankees, I mean, they make the playoffs every year, but you don't feel like they're going to win a championship because they don't have a team built. They haven't had a team built, since, come on. You had Jeter, Pettit, Posada. You had Bernie Williams. You had Tito Martinez. You had Paul O'Neill. I mean, you had guys. You had Brocious. They had glue guys. Jeter. I mean, there was glue guys. They don't have those guys anymore. And Met fans have to feel. So, Met fans have to feel, they like to be competing every year. To know that is a point that Dom brings up. You have to have that hope that there's an inkling of a chance that you're going to compete. And that's what I feel like. Jaguar fans now feel like their team, okay, we're not going to win a championship, but we are on the way to winning a championship. And that keeps the fans interested. So, Dom, I appreciate that. Saquon, I talked yesterday about him saying that, that he's not going to play in the franchise tag. He's not happy with it. They said they're $3 million apart. They offered, reportedly, which Saquon says no, they reportedly offered him an average of $13 million a season. But he's coming off a year with 13-12, rushing 10 scores, 57 for 338. Everybody's with McCaffrey. McCaffrey's making an average of $16 million a year. Barkley isn't the same level because McCaffrey's had 2 seasons with 100 or more receptions and 1 year hitting 1,000 receiving yards. Barkley's never hit that threshold, though he set a rookie record over 90 catches his first year in the league, but then he's had injured problems. Yeah, I guess Kamara's making an average of $14 million, but none of his money's guaranteed. That's the thing. Barkley wants money guaranteed. It's not about he wants to make sure that the money isn't like Kamara. A lot of it's backloaded. He's never going to see some of that money. Derrick Henry's making 12.5. Nick Chubb 12.2. Joe Mixon and Aaron Jones 12 million. And I think Aaron Jones took a pay cut this season, if I'm correct. I mean, we're going to see what happens going forward. And Sterling Shepard signed a minimum, but they said that's a glue guy. That's a guy, a veteran you want in the locker room, but he's dealt with injuries. Think about this: 87 catches, 920 yards, 4 touchdowns over his last 17 games. But those 17 games dates back to the 2020 season. So you're talking those numbers. That's a great season. The problem is it's over 3 combined seasons, and hopefully he can. He's got a torn ACL in September. And we're going to see what happens. And then they always bring this up. 3rd round wide receivers reflects how challenging it is for mid-round picks to make an immediate impact. The 18 wide receivers selected in the 3rd round of the past 5 drafts, 21 catches, 268 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The only guy who blew that away was Terry McLaurin with the Commanders, 58 catches, 919, 7 touchdowns in 2019. Maybe Hyatt could be that second guy. I've heard Hyatt being talked about as he's a game breaker with Tennessee, and he had a great game against Bama, and he could be that guy. And Wan'Dale Robinson, right, who got injured last year, tore his ACL. He was the first round pick at Kentucky.